looks like he's proud of his model or something to that effect. And the only thing I knew to reply was, should I not be? You know, and if my thing is if I shouldn't be, tell me why. Welcome back to the Workbench, where we try to make things. And what we're continuing to try to make today is Revell's 1971 Olds 442, or what we're calling the Faux 42, because this is like a Cutlass that I got from my grandmother when I was like 22 years old. And of course, what would I do with it? Well, I'd try to turn it into a 442, or make it look like one at least. And what we've been working on the last couple days is trying to get the finish on it correct. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this hood off before it falls off. And what we're trying to achieve is that kind of weathered clear coat. So basically, the car is like, I painted it in the garage. Bad clear coat, bad paint, bad application, just bad everything. And now it's starting to weather on us. And I think I'm getting a better oxidized look. So using the hairspray technique, definitely getting it to flake back. So get that flaked off look. Like that was really working. But what I was doing before was wet sanding the body, hairspray, clear, flake it off. But I had a great comment from Ryan who said, man, why don't you, instead of wet sanding it, use your wet sandpaper, but use it dry. And that should give a better, duller, whiter, more oxidized look below. So that's what I did, and it worked, I think, pretty well. So I used the wet sandpaper. I used 1500 because that's what I had, but I used it dry, and now I'm definitely starting to get that kind of oxidized look in the clear coat. So I'm actually kind of happy with how that's looking. I really can't complain. Let me get this hair out of here. But I think I'm going to go back. If you look here, you can see, well, hopefully, glare, there we go. If you look here and here on these high points where I cut through the blue, at first I wasn't too upset by that because it just looks like faded paint. But that's not really what I'm wanting. I'm more wanting bad clear coat, not bad color coat, if that makes sense. So I think I'm going to go back and touch that up, repaint this blue. I think the other side's the other side's the same way, but just not quite as bad. So I'm gonna just respray the sides. I do kind of want to smooth this out a little bit, so I'll probably polish, sand this up, wet sand this side to kind of smooth it out a little bit so that I can put some blue on it. And then I'll probably do the clear thing one more time, just because I think I'm gonna have to, because I'm gonna get blue sprayed a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. The other thing I was thinking about was just literally going in, taking the blue, so just spray it out of the can, and then using a brush to paint it, like, kind of maybe what you would do to try to touch up paint, like doing touch up paint on the side, like those little fingernail polish bottles you get at you used to, I don't know if you still get them, but you could get at AutoZone, and you touch up rock chips and whatever with. But I think what I'm actually gonna do is just respray the blue on the sides. Sprays to hit the side. I'll probably loose mask all this because I like how this looks up top. And then I'll spray clear again. Basically do what do we call it? The hairspray thing again. But to do that, hopefully you guys can hear that. That's an empty can of paint. So I got to order another paint, and I can't find this at any of the local hobby shops, this particular color, this TS89. So I'm gonna have to order it. Obviously, it can be ordered. So I have to do that. There are other things I'm gonna need to order up also. So I'm gonna just do this all at the same time. I still need to get the 90-degree spark plug boots for the distributor. Because I want to turn those out. You can see how high this distributor sits. So I need to turn those out on a 90-degree. Otherwise, the plug wires will be kind of coming up like so, and that's gonna get in the way of the air cleaner and maybe even this cowl here. So I need to get those. I also need to order up the speakers for the back package tray, which basically, again, I'm going to try to do the 6x9 in the boxes. It might end up being like the 6.5. I don't know if I showed this, but I have these guys here, if you can see them. And I have, if you look at, let me show you this. So basically, this is like a 6.5. Now, I would probably go ahead and just grind off this little tweeter. This is supposed to be a pod for like a kick panel or something, but we could put these in a box. But I'm gonna go ahead and order up the 6x9s and their boxes and see if they happen to fit. I don't think they would. I think they would fit back here, but not with roll cage bars coming back here. But if we made little boxes for these 6.5s, I know those will fit. You know, we can make it so that those fit and have that same kind of look. But I'm going to order up the 6x9s and their boxes from the same. It's the same people that make these here, and we'll see what, you know. We'll have everything that we can work with to try to make it work. But anyways, that's so I need to do that. And then the other thing I was thinking about too is the boxes back here. I think I'm going to do, you know. I don't know if you remember those boxes back in the day, those pre-built boxes that you would buy down at Circuit City or whatever, and then you slap your 6x9. They were always that kind of gray. It was like that mix of gray-black carpet. Like it was gray, but then it had like some black kind of in it. So anyways, I need to do that. I want to do that look back here. So I want to get some gray flocking. And I think what I'll do, which I don't have any, so I have to get some gray flocking. I do have black flocking. Obviously, that's what we flocked back here, the tray and the carpet and everything with. I think I'm going to get some gray and then just put a little bit of that black in there to speckle it. And then that's whether we use the 6x9 boxes we're ordering up or we make our own little boxes for these 6.5s or whatever we end up doing. I'm going to flock it with that, like it's that, you know what I mean? Like it's that old. I remember I think I bought a set. I want to say Circuit City, maybe Best Buy. I don't remember. But when they had their automotive sections, it might have been Fry's Electronics down here. I don't know if those are all over the place, but well, actually they're gone here too now. But anyways, I want that look for the boxes back there. So I need to do that. And then last, we have an in the comments. In the comments are always fun. So I've been posting shorts, which basically is a supplement to these vlogs, essentially. If you go to the shorts tab, you'll see that I'm posting shorts again. And it's basically just a closer look at whatever it is we have been working on. So like tomorrow, there will be a closer look at this oxidized paint, just because I can give a little closer look via the shorts tab. But I got a good comment, and from, actually it was today, earlier today, I got a comment on my short. And it basically said, I don't remember exactly what it said, but it basically said, must be proud of his model. But I don't know if that was supposed to be like a, you know, like a snide remark. Is that supposed to be? I don't know what that really was meant to. Must be proud of his model, or it looks like he's proud of his model, or something to that effect. And the only thing I knew the reply was, should I not be? You know, and my thing is if I shouldn't be, tell me why. Like, what did you find wrong, or what was? I don't know. I found it to be just an odd comment. Let me know how you would have replied to that comment. I don't mind the comment. In fact, I enjoy all comments. You know, good, bad, and indifferent. Either way, I enjoy all the comments. They're a ton of fun to me just to hear what people have to say. So leave me your comment down below. I've got to get back to work at weathering up the bumpers. I completely forgot to mention I need to weather up these bumpers, but I'll figure out how we're going to do that in between episodes. So I got to get back to work on that. Leave me those comments down below. Hit the hype button if you can. Subscribe button, like, bell, do all those things everybody tells you to do on YouTube. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.